Let's talk about it. Let's do it, right? Somebody gotta come on here and speak the truth. When I was in the world, right? You see me getting kind of big? When I was in it's a bad angle. But when I was in the world, right? Listen. Boy, I did not have a problem with girls. What did Jay-Z say? I got 99 problems, but that was me, right? But ain't one. That was me in 2020, right? Ask about me, right? People was going to girls talking about you're not good for it, you need to break up with her. That how many girls was on me. People were trying to stop girls from being on me, right? True stories, right? Now, boy, I'm shooting like Shaq from the free throw line. Break, missing, right? I'm like, what's up? If anything, I'm more attractive than I was back then in terms of physical, right? Bigger muscles, oh my gosh. Stronger jawline, better haircut, better, right? Better hygiene, cause I'm taking care of myself. Everything better, right? Why all of a sudden I'm shooting like Shaq? You know why? Let me not say you know why. Let me just give you the facts, right? The only thing, and I was talking to my homie about this, the only thing that changed, that is different from me, right, in 2020 through 2016 to now, the only thing that's different is that I'm doing this Jesus stuff heavy now. So that's the only place I'm looking at saying, that's the only thing I can really say. If I was shooting like God dog and Steph Curry, now I'm shooting like Shaq. And the only thing that's different is I'm going off of Jesus now. Super hard. That's the only thing I can look at and say, it must be this. It must be the Lord I keep talking about, right? And so it hit me. I said, okay, 1 plus 1 equals 2. 9 plus 10, 21. No, not 21. 19, right? That's when I gave my life to Jesus, right? I did the math. I said, okay. I was like Einstein, right? I was doing the mental math. And then I said, okay. So it seemed to me like, now maybe I'm wrong, because I'm gonna play devil's advocate on my own topic I'm bringing up. So after this, I'm gonna give you the devil's advocate of how I could be wrong, right? But just like Charles Barkley say, I could be wrong, but I doubt it. But I doubt it, right? I doubt it. Capital D. Let me stop doing all this. Let me keep focused, right? Listen. So I did the math, mental equation, Einstein, right? Nikola Tesla, or whatever you want to write. And I said, okay, it seemed to me like the only way I'm going to get this girl I've been searching for is to dim my light. Could the Christian girls be talking about, right? You know what I be hearing Christian girls, I've heard Christian girls say, y'all guys need to step it up. We're here serving God, and we can't find any Christian, we can't find any godly men. They lying. I'm proof they lying, right? If you didn't about homeless, right? Boy, I'm just trying to give y'all the facts. My parents are doctors. We live in a mansion. I'm about to get my degree, so I'm gonna have bread. I'm blowing up on Instagram, so I'm gonna have even more bread. And I also make music, so that means with Spotify streams, Apple Music, concerts, I'm gonna have even more bread. So the bread ain't an issue. And I already told you about. It'd be different. It'd be different if I never was good, right? If I never got girls like that, then I wouldn't be coming on here saying nothing, right? But I said, okay, God. I said, Lord, should I talk about it? He said, you can talk about it. That's what I think he said, right? And now I'm here, right? Yeah. Cause I got to, right? It'd be different. No, like I said, I used to shoot like Steph Curry, right? Now I'm like Mutombo, right? From the free throw line, right? Like God dog and Shaq, right? I'm shooting like I'm blind. And like I said, the girl, you know, I've heard the girl, they ain't no godly man. Y'all lying. I'll prove y'all lying, right? Cause when the godly do come, right? Them same girls they be talking about, there's no godly man, we can't find. Y'all be the ones that had the Christian dude come in your DMs and then you friend zone him in 30 minutes. You friend zone that man in 30 minutes, right? Y'all be running away from the godly, but then go we talking about, ain't no godly dude. Stop lying. If any Christian girl gonna be talking about, ain't no godly man I am. Like, all right, come in my DMs. Let's see, right? It sound like y'all be careful. It sound like y'all be. Let me slow down. Slow down, Greg. It sounds like a lot of y'all be capping to me, right? Cause you know what a lot of these. Hey, this is what I could be wrong, but you know what I see a lot of these Christian girls do? Push away the godly man and run to the lukewarm dude. Every time, right? What? You don't got enough wisdom or something? You think that's gonna be good for you? If you was smart, right? You'll be trying to find a dude that love the Lord the most, right? Like I said, if it didn't about if I never was good, if I never had girls like that, right? If I didn't never had girls on me like that. No, I used to be like, right? 2016, they wasn't saying him, right? They wasn't saying like, oh, he's him and that's him. But 2016, I was here asking about me, right? Boy, I used to be confident, right? I'm like, oh, yeah, I ain't gonna have no problem, though, right? I want her, okay, what's your number? What's your Snapchat? My Snap score used to be 6 million. Yes, 6 million, bro. That was my Snap score, right? Every goddamn girl in the mental break in my phone. Girls I don't even know, right? Talking about pull up on me. I'm in Arlington. Pull up on me. I'm in downtown. Pull up on me. I'm at this apartment. But now I go home for Jesus, right? Same guy. And like I said, and if anything, I'm more attractive. Don't play with me, right? I just got out of the shower, but don't play with me, right? I can really put on some. Do y'all know who y'all dealing with? I ain't trying to be that dude who come up. I ain't trying to give the energy like, right? I ain't trying to get the energy like, do you know who I am? You gonna curve me? No. But do you know? No, I'm joking. I'm just saying, it's sad, right? That I was shooting like God dog and Ray Allen, right? Or Reggie Miller. And now I'm shooting like God dog and, who that one dude? Cephalosha? You remember Cephalosha for the Thunder? Or like Rondo. Now I'm shooting like Shaq, right? And the only thing that's different is that I'm going hard for Jesus. And I got bigger muscles. And I got, right? I'm more attractive. And I'm cleaned up. But y'all girls wanted the devil version of me? These girls, think about it. These girls wanted a version of me that would have had sex with them, probably cheated on them with their friend. Right? Would have been watching porn every night. Wasn't looking for no type of settling down, no type of marriage, right? Would have been influencing them to live the party life and just drink and smoke and do all this sin every day, right? The version of me that ain't had no kindness, no love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness. I had none of that, right? And I was shooting like God dogging, boy, I was shooting like God dogging Klay Thompson back then, right? It's sad, right? And that means I was sniping. I wasn't missing like that, right? Not compared to now. What's up with your Christian girls, bro? I'm not trying to say, how could you? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, but I see a common trend, right? Why when I go up with Jesus, watch this, and here's what's deeper. Do you know how many girls, the devil version of me, right? 2019, 2020. Y'all seen that version of me that had the blue and the blonde dreads? That was that, right? That was junkie devil core, right? Junkie devil rapper, right? Had said that you ain't your friend and objectify you. That was that core, right? Pill popper, porn addict, a mocker, right? Verbal abuser. That was that core, right? Yeah. Verbal abuse, right? I never ever hit women. That was one thing I caught from my mama always, right? Taught me well, right? In that aspect, I think. Matter of fact, it was really my dad. Never been the dude that hit no girl. But verbally, oh yeah, I used to say some mean stuff, right? But we ain't talking about my past, right? Obviously, I ain't gonna be no good person when I was, right? Before I had G. I ain't trying to just act like, oh, I wasn't that bad. No, I was bad. If me as a godly man now, if I had a daughter and they met me in 2019 version of me, you know what I tell my daughter? Block that man, stay away from him, right? Unless you want your life to be, I still be feeling bad to this day about what I did to some girl, right? How I broke their heart, messed with, things I said, things I did. Yeah. But I was shooting like Steph Curry. And here's what I was about to say. It's sad. Do you know how many of them girls consider themselves Christian girls that were trying to be with me in 2019? That was crazy too, right? I mean, let's talk about it, right? I ain't gonna let y'all sit up here act like these men, right? Let's talk about the truth. Boy, most of the girls I was womanizing with in 2019, 2020 were Christian girls. What's going on with y'all, right? No wonder I'm shooting like Shaq now. Y'all probably chasing God dog and NBA Youngboy. I'm over here thinking you looking for the godly dude. You chasing God dog. Let me not name drop. I ain't trying to say anything bad about NBA Youngboy, but we know you don't be on no Jesus there. That's all I'm saying, right? He tell you he don't be either, right? And maybe he changed. Maybe I'm out the loop. Maybe he changed or something. But I'm talking about NBA Youngboy that we talking about. Anyway, most of them girls was Christian, right? Watch this. And my friends, right? Because I used to hang out with fornicators too. My friends used to talk about how they used to sleep with a bunch of girls. And now that I'm thinking about it, them girls was Christian girls too. But what's going on, right? I want to hear nobody else be talking about ain't no godly man. When you try to find godly man, ain't no godly. Stop lying. You keep lying on the man of God like that. I hope you don't get struck down, because that's an abomination, right? You gonna chase the goddamn worldly dude. They're lying and say, nah, ain't no godly man. You lying. And don't get me started on the girl that be chasing the money, right? Because a lot of y'all girls, if a dude had $100 million, look, a lot of y'all girls, if I won the lottery, let's say I won the lottery, right? And I slid back in your DM and you knew I won the lottery, And you knew I was walking around with $100 million, a lot of your girls that know or that friend zone would change the, well, let's hang out. What's up with you? A lot of y'all girls, it would go from no to yes. Just because of money difference. That's an abomination too. Did he tell you, 1 Timothy 6:10, the love of money is root of all evil, right? Root of all kinds of evil, right? Sorry, I got a text. This stuff's sad, right? And so let me go back to what I was saying at first. Then I'm gonna end the video, right? I said, so it seems to me I'm gonna have to dim my. At this point, I'm gonna have to dim my light, right? I'm either gonna have to dim my light to get a Christian girl, and become a Christian that goes to church, reads the Bible, and is a CIA closet Christian. I'm either gonna have to do that. Right? Oh, cause them dudes have no problem getting married, right? Them the dudes that be getting them Christian girl, the CIA closet, scared to talk about his faith Christian, right? Them be the type of dude that he Christian girl. I be seeing them dudes get married. I be seeing them dudes, I can't get a girl off them, right? But modern day Apostle Paul walking to church. The dude who gonna walk in your goddamn school and tell 100 people about Jesus. That dude can walk in your church, you run away. Hey. And to be honest, it really says a lot about a lot of y'all girls' hearts, bro. I'm not trying to come on here and say, yo, girls just jacked up. No. But I'm kind of saying do better. At least, hey, I'm not talking about every girl. I'm talking about the ones I've encountered, right? It ain't got to be me, right? But a lot of y'all girls curving me, right? And I'm looking to wait, and I'm waiting to see what type of dude y'all gonna be with, right? Watch this. And I keep waiting. And then I'm like, okay, I know we all got sexual desires. You 23, you better turn 24, right? You ain't even looking for no goddamn husband. What's going on? You must be having somebody hit it on the side. That's why you ain't no road to get married. You must be goddamn. Let me stop, right? I know he died for our sins, but he ain't say abuse his grace though. Oh yeah, that's why y'all girl be. Oh yeah, cause y'all probably got a whole dude hitting it. You probably got the quarterback hitting it, the point guard hitting it. You probably got the billionaire's son hitting it. You probably got the goddamn linebacker, cornerback. The football team probably be rotating out of your Christian girls behind closed doors, right? That's why when the real guy do come in your DM, you run away. Cause you ain't even really looking for no husband. You gonna lie and say you is though, right? I bet if I talk to the football team at Texas Tech, they tell me some people I know. Oh yeah, we rotate her. Oh yeah, I already know, bro. Cause I play football, I play basketball, and I told y'all about how me and my friends used to rotate, right? We used to be fornicating. It used to be the Christian girl that was on her. Hey, Texas Tech, D1 athlete. Oh yeah, of course. Oh my God. The girl ain't gonna tell nobody though. That's what irritates me. The lack of integrity, right? At least if you sleeping around, at least be open about it, right? Don't try to hide it and make yourself seem like, oh yeah, there ain't no godly dudes out. No, you getting rotated by the football team. You ain't trying to sit down right now. You say, I'm gonna enjoy my college experience. I'm gonna really enjoy it. They're gonna try to make it seem like, right? Sure, you're just not my type. No. Just tell the truth. You already got a type. It's the goddamn whole football team. They running you like God dog and Thomas the Train. Every God dog a weekend, right? Go try, and they gonna come to church. Lie, act like, oh, I just ain't found the woman. No, you found them. It's the quarterback, running back, and the whole God dog. Let me stop. The whole receiving core rotating you, right? The X, the Y, the Z, the second string, third string. I already know. I was the only reason why I didn't go D1 is because I had to go to rehab, right? Watch this. And these girls, and I was fresh out of rehab, still shooting like Steph Curry with these girls, right? The rehab devil rapping boy. These girls, even the Christian girl, was trying to be on me, right? What's up with y'all, bro? I ain't met every Christian girl in the world, but I pray to God that all the Christian girls in America are not acting like a lot of the ones, not all, but a lot of the ones I met. I pray to God that this is not how the rest of the country is. Because if it is, y'all Christian girls, y'all Ecclesiastes 7:28. That's all I'm going to say. You don't even know that verse, right? Go look it up on your own time, right? That's what Solomon said, right? It be, like I said, it be different if I was telling the dude that got girls, bro. It be different. Then I wouldn't be able to say this. But this is a god dog and abomination. At this point, right? God, like, what else God got to do for you, right? Instagram blowing up, parents got money, good looking, he tall, I'm 6 feet, 6'1". Intelligent, made a summary chat of the Bible. I'm just keeping it real, right? I ain't got no problem down here either. That's all I'm gonna say, right? So what is it, right? Why when I start going off of Jesus, these Christian girls want to back up, right? Now, listen. If I did my light right, I probably could shoot a better percentage with these girls, right? But I go, bro, what did Jesus tell them people? What did he tell them? Who lights a lamp and puts it under a basket? I ain't gonna do that. Who does that? I ain't gonna light a lamp and put it under. I ain't gonna dim. Hey, you wanna know the Corey's Chosen translation? Here's the Corey's Chosen translation. Who lights a lamp and dims it for some coochie? Not me. I ain't doing that. I ain't gonna dim my light to get no goddamn here. I'm not dim my light. I'm not posing less about Jesus. I'm not turning down the fire. I'm not becoming the CIA closet Christian. Watch this. That's trying to gain people's approval instead of God's. But Paul told you in Galatians 1:10, he said, obviously I'm not trying to win the approval of people, but of God. He said, if pleasing people were my goal, I would not be Christ's servant, right? I ain't gonna dim my light. I don't care what you look like. Some girls I've seen, I'm like, God dog, is she bad, right? And some girls, if they don't believe in Jesus, you know what I slide their DMs and do? No, I don't do adventure dating. You know what I do? I say you should repent to Jesus and then let me take you on a date. You know what? Because I get it. If you don't want to believe in Jesus, ain't no date. Now look, I said I was going to play devil's advocate, right? So here is devil's advocate about my own topic I just brought up. Psalms 37:4 says, "Delight yourself in the Lord." And if you don't know what devil's advocate means, that means like basically I'm gonna counter my own thing I was talking about, right? With something that also could be the case. So I'm a counter argument my own, right? Because I'm gonna tell you everything. I'm not just gonna be biased, right? I'm gonna tell you everything. Psalm 37:4, delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart, right? So if God's saying, I'll give you the desire of your heart, Corey. I know your type. I know what type of girl you like. Watch this. And I know at the time I'm gonna give it to you. At a good time, right? Maybe he just already got the one lined up. And he's been closing the door on all these other girls because he got one for me, right? He's like, I already know who's gonna be, ain't gonna be them. I close the door on these girls, right? Now I'm not saying every girl is Kirby, no. But I'm saying compared to how I was in the goddamn world, I'm like shooting like Shaq right now. Right? Uh-oh. Oh, I just thought about something else. I don't know if I should say that. But I'm gonna say it, because you know I don't hold back nothing, right? Maybe the fact that before they knew I was trying to fornicate. Maybe that's why I was shooting a high percentage. Because girls are like, oh yeah, I'll fornicate with you. But now that I'm actually looking to get married and settle down and date for marriage, maybe girls are like, I don't think you're husband material. I just think you're good for one night. That could mean too. And don't get me started about how racism could play a part in that. Because you know the stereotype go around that black men aren't good fathers. I will single-handedly break that stereotype when I get married, right? I ain't gonna cheat on her. I ain't gonna hurt her. I'm gonna provide. My kids gonna be good. We're gonna be driving around the sports car. I'm gonna single-handedly break that stereotype. I already know. I already got it lined up, right? That's a side mission, right? And I don't want to, hey, y'all know I don't hold nothing back, right? But I hope that some of y'all girls, right? Oh my gosh. It might be the place I'm at. Y'all know where I live right now? Lubbock. You see how I said it? I'm not trying to say it's a racist city, but I'm not saying it ain't. I ain't saying it ain't, bro. I'm not saying it is, but I'm not saying it ain't, right? I don't know. But when I go back to DFW compared to here, it's a whole different vibe, bro. I hope that ain't got something to do with it, right? But it probably does. I hope it doesn't. Now, also, God could be saying, Corey, I want you to be single, like Paul. That also could be the reason why all these doors closing, right? Cause there was even a girl that I dated, and God told me to break up with her. I'm serious, bro. There was a girl I actually shot, and I made it. And I started dating her, and God told me to break up with that girl. I said, what? And I ain't gonna tell you what happened after, but right after I realized, oh shoot, this is, if I'm correct, I could have misinterpreted what happened. But right after I was like, oh, that's why he wanted me to break up. That's why you gotta listen to God, right? That's why I ain't mad at God saying, God, why you give me the... Oh. I'm looking at my watch saying, okay, Lord, get it right. But other than that, I ain't mad at God. I'm looking at your girl. Like I said, I'll say it again. It'd be different if I never had the girls on me, right? It'd be different, right? You know, I saw this poll. You know what it said? 70%, 75% of Christians abandon their faith in college. So maybe that's what's going on too. Like I said, maybe these girls know that I'm not trying to fornicate and they just trying to look to fornicate. Cause you know how some people be talking about, I just want to have fun, and then I'll straighten up and go and really do this God Bible stuff and really. That's just dumb. I tried that for 19 years, but I wasn't even thinking, then I'll come to Jesus. I was just doing it. And let me tell you, the worst decision, like I said in the last video, worst decision I ever made in my life. I had to save. I had the drugs. I had the money. I was living the rapper lifestyle, but I wasn't even famous because my parents had a big old mansion. And they worked away from home, right? Because they're doctors, right? So I was over here making rap music. I had some people that listen, but I was living basically in a big mansion by myself, having the sex, doing the drugs. I already did that. It's a dead-end street. Did I tell y'all? Didn't I tell you I already tried it, right? I'm not coming on here talking about rah. Men are better. But girls, what's up? Now, I got a lot of followers, right? On this account and my other account. And I be seeing a lot of y'all girls looking at my post. If you a Christian girl and you like, you know what? I don't know what these other girls I don't know what these other girls doing. They tripping. I want Corey Chosen. Slide my DM. And let's get it up, right? And we gonna see, right? I can't promise you nothing because I ain't stupid. I ain't gonna just date you off of one goddamn conversation. But I'm just saying, right? Maybe I gotta come on here and start doing it. Maybe I'm throwing my goddamn fishing rod in the wrong place. Didn't Jesus tell Peter, throw the net on the other side? Maybe I'm throwing my net on the wrong side of the boat, right? I'm trying to get these girls that taste the tape and love it Christian. Maybe I need to throw my net and start sliding these the girl DM that follow me and these girls they be liking my post. Maybe I need to throw the net over there. I be seeing some of y'all. I'm like, God dog, who are you? I be tempted, right? I be tempted to slide in all your DMs, right? But I say, you know, in my head I was thinking, you know, I want to meet a girl online. But maybe God telling me, maybe this is the revelation I just got. Throw the net on the other side of the boat. And I'm going to be just like Peter, right? Just like how John said we're hiring, submit your application. That's why I'm hiring for a wife. Submit your application. We are hiring. All right? All right. I think I said everything, right? All right.